Very sweet.
Wait, what's sweet? What's sweet?
Not salty apparently. Not that I would know.
You know, I was gonna put this as the intro, but now it's gonna get demonetized, and now I'm very disappointed that this can't be a part of the intro. I was hoping you would say the cookies, and then I was gonna say that they're crumbling, and then you would go on to say that they're crumbling, and then we'd be right in the exact same situation. That's how I was expecting this conversation to go, but you know, it didn't.
Wait, is demonetizable?
I'm pretty sure it is because it's like sexual and stuff like that, but what do I know?
Did whoever made that rule, their parents?
Well, you also just said which is
oh wait, you're still recording. All right, never mind. I was gonna. Anyway, sorry. Well, since it's already ruined, I was gonna say whoever came up with that rule from YouTube, I wish their fathers never existed so that they didn't exist. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Welcome everyone. As you can tell, we have the best person with words possible, Monotooi, here in call with us because this is going to be the TBL Season 2 draft analysis. Mono is my teammate once again. How do you feel about being my teammate, Mono?
I think it went pretty well last time. I don't. What did we do last season?
We made playoffs and lost first round, yeah, but. You know, either way, I think that this season, like, we have a great enough team. Like, we have the best Pokemon in the entire league, you know? And we picked it, like, second.
We had, like, 12.
Yeah, we picked it, like, second to last round, too, and we got the best Pokemon in the entire league. So, I think that we're pretty set with this. But, okay, so there's 8 teams, right? We were, what, 7th out of 8? because I suck at Scriblio, apparently. Actually, no, okay, everybody else sucks at Scriblio, okay? I'm good at Scriblio, it's just everybody else draws so poorly that I couldn't guess shit, and it was absolutely awful. So, I blame everybody else for why we had 7th pick, but overall, 7th pick, it doesn't really matter, like, how we got it, but we got Mew for our first round pick in 7th, which is great. Everybody's team is busted in this league, right, Mono?
Yeah. What were you saying? Yeah, I agree.
Did you? Basically, I was just saying that everybody's team is busted in the league. Like, everybody has a broken team. Like,
oh yeah, I think people are learning how to like pick Pokemon now.
And because it's only like 8 people, like, you know,
that
it really makes everything busted. But Mew, like, it does everything, ? Especially this gen, because now it gets D-Dance, and it gets access to, like, stupid moves, like Flare Blitz and Drain Punch that it shouldn't get. This Pokemon's dumb, and every single week, if we can, like, build around a setup Mew, that's what we're going to try to do to win, right?
Pretty much. I mean, it even gets, like, what is it, stored power?
Yeah, it gets stored power, like, iron defense, like, it's...
You're forced to run, like, Darkest Lariat, and then if you don't, you just lose.
Exactly. Triple Axle, like, I've seen D-Dance Triple Axle just, like, destroy everything before. Like, there's just no... It's impossible to prep for every form of Mew that there is. The only thing that we really have to worry about is dark types and pressuring dark types. So what did we get in round 2 to help pressure dark types? Also, this was point based. Points don't really matter. Just know that we got stuff within the point system. Smile.
Yeah, we did it. And one of those things within that point system, which neither of I remember, was Hydreigon. Mew plus Hydreigon kind of just complement each other pretty well. They're similar speed tier, but Hydreigon immediately offensive, good dark type. Mew deals with the fighting types that Hydreigon doesn't like. Hydreigon kind of pressures the other dark types. Like, dark types don't generally do too much to Hydreigon. And then we smack it back with dragon moves.
Yes, and like this is another setup threat too now with Nasty Plot. So like we have really big setup threats just in our first 2, and this thing also gets DD. So like we have 2 really versatile mons. Like Hydreigon can be really bulky, and it can roost, it can defog, it can also pivot. But then we also have hazard stacking Mew if we need that. We have everything that you could possibly want in 2 picks pretty much, and yeah. I think that these are 2 Pokemon that we're just going to throw on every single team and be okay with it.
Yeah, we have 2 mons that can be both offensive, defensive, have recovery, have removal, have hazards. We already got a lot in these 2.
Have pivoting.
Yeah, pivoting.
have like we even have like knockoff in one of them. We don't have stab knockoff with this one, but like it's still not awful, question mark. But we have like good stall breaking with 2 taunt users, like just overall very, very good first 2 picks. And then the third pick like makes these first 2 even better because we actually got Urshifu Rapid Strike. Urshifu Single Strike is banned because I'm running the league and I decided that it was banned, and I didn't even give the coaches an opportunity to vote on it. Smile. But Urshifu Rapid Strike is perfect because it also is a way to pressure the fat dark types from a super effective standpoint, while Hydreigon forces them in on a resisted standpoint to force them to take a lot of chip damage. This thing, so we have like 3 pivoters if we want to. We have a really good special and physical breaker. We have really good, like, we don't have to worry about iron defense anymore because we have a move that always crits. Like, very, very good first 3 picks offensively, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, I picked Urshifu. The water one was like one of my first or second pick on an NPL team that I won the championship with. It's pretty cool because it has sort of the same effect that Darkest Lariat has, where because the water move, I forget what the hell's called.
Surging Strikes.
Yeah, that one. Because it crits, you don't go through defense boosts, so you don't care about acid armor sweepers or cosmic power sweepers. You just kind of click it and move on. Good wall breaker, good scarfer, also has initiative, also deals with dark types that Mew doesn't like to deal with. Just cool guy all around. Priority's cool.
And basically this forces a really fat water to come with Rocky Helmet, like every single week. If that's like one of the easiest ways to chip down Urshifu Rapid Strike is just Rocky Helmet, fat water type. So if we just don't give a shit about that, we just use like our other mons to break for literally everything else.
Yeah, but even then, like, close combat deals with some bulky waters depending on what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know, like, a choice banded close combat can 2-shot things like Blastoise, and, like, depending on the Milotic set, it can do that to Lapras, or to Milotic, too. Like, it's just stupid strong. We have, like, 125 special attack, 130 physical attack, 100 all around the board. Really good offense, really good bulk. I'm really happy with it. And then for the 4th pick, I actually forget what we got in this order. Was it Togekiss next?
I'm pretty sure it's Togekiss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next thing we got was Togekiss. And I think we got this, I think I remember talking to you about Togekiss and being like, we need another hazard removal so that way Hydreigon and Mew don't run it. And I really wanted a good fairy. I wanted one that could also be offensive or defensive again. So that way, like, pretty much anything on our team could be a wall, or it could be a breaker. And this thing with like nasty plot's stupid. With being able to just flinch everything down is also stupid.
Yeah, everything this mon does is stupid, and it got stupider because of heavy duty boots.
Yeah.
Like heavy duty, like the only way you used to deal with this thing in previous gens was you set up rocks and then maybe something would 2 KO it, and now you can't even have that. Like obviously you can knock it off, but we will develop knockoff switch-ins as the team goes on, and you're not always going to be given the opportunity to.
This thing gets stored power? I didn't even know this thing got stored power.
Yeah, it gets stored. It gets like every special move that you would need, and you're not going to run them because you just run T-Wave Air Slash, and then you leave your 2 move slots open, and then you make your opponent cry.
Yep, pretty much.
It's overall like it's another one of those mons on our team that is bulky and also does things offensively. That's annoying.
Yeah, and it also has pivoting with Baton Pass, so like
it does, which is allowed. No stats, but
yeah. And the other really cool thing about just Togekiss in general, like Roost is obviously like undeniably better, but this could also be a wish passer if we needed it to be, because the steel that we got doesn't really have the best recovery, but we also do have wish pass with base 85 like HP isn't awful. It's not the best, but it's also not awful. And I think the other like really cool thing that this gives us is this gives us a really good way of basically, if we want a way to pressure darks, we have 3 things now that can pretty much either force it to take a lot of damage or force out the dark from Mew.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Absolutely.
Nice.
And what's really nice is if you run like knockoff for the Togekiss boots, then you're probably not running Darkest Lariat, and then you can just set up anyway.
Yep. It's pretty disgusting first 4 mons we got here. Very easy first 4 to just bring to any game and be fine. And then what was our 5th? Was it?
Pretty sure it was the metal one.
The Registeel?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was Registeel next.
And
And
these go in order by what we drafted.
yeah,
They're
they do.
It's
Yeah,
perfect.
they do.
Right.
So Registeel, I think the main thing that we wanted for this is we wanted a designated wall because everything else could be offensive or defensive. So we wanted also something that paired really well with Togekiss, and Registeel plus Togekiss is like, what's the word I'm looking for? Brain dead.
Yeah, at this point in our lives, Kelly and I have about 3 brain cells between the two of us, so we just kind of drafted the easiest mons to use on planet Earth.
Basically, we wanted to be able to say, okay, do we bring Max Fizdef or Max Spadef? And then by flipping a coin, we can figure that out with this Pokemon, which I think is pretty cool.
Essentially, we don't want to play the game. We want people to look at our team, rage quit, and then write a twit longer about how terrible this game is, and then.
I think we also just really wanted a reliable stealth rocker, and that's pretty much all this is.
We just wanted a bulky steel and more rocks, and that's literally Registeel. Also, getting body press makes it like 3 times as better.
Especially with Iron Defense. So that's Ben had this thing in a league, and he literally swept 3 different teams because they didn't prep for Iron Defense, Body Press, Rest, Sleep Talk, Steelix, or Registeel. I'm sorry. Like that's just idiotic. Like that's so good. I really like Registeel, and I think that we could just bring these 5 Pokemon every single week.
Probably.
And we'd be fine. And then our 6th was also another Pokemon that could just come every week, right?
It gets worse. It doesn't get better from here.
What was number 6? I can't remember.
That would be Vaporeon.
Yeah.
Which I think is the only returning. I almost said player, like they're human.
like they're actual beings.
Yeah. I think it's the only returning Pokemon from our last team.
I think
but
so.
It's really good. It's
a Scald Switch in, which we desperately needed.
Scald Switch in. Togekiss isn't the best wish passer, so this gives us a really good one.
Flip
like
turn.
we had a water type already with Urshifu, but obviously it's not a Scald Switch in. Yeah, Vaporeon gets flip turned, which is kind of ridiculous. Even though Baton Passes allows us to bypass Taunt and everything. It just, I don't know. This thing's been around for like 25 years. Y'all know what it does now.
So, yeah, pretty much. If you don't know what Vaporeon does by now, especially after watching my channel, like, what are you doing? But yeah, so we basically have a stupid good defensive core now, along with just brain dead offense, which was kind of the goal. The only thing that I think we're lacking a little bit on this team is hazards, which I think we should fix up right about now, don't you?
I agree.
So let's get Accelgor.
Oh, that one? Yeah, I thought it was the other one next. Whatever, Accelgor. Cool.
No, I thought we got Accelgor, didn't we?
I don't care. Whatever. Let's talk about Accelgor.
Okay, yeah. So we got Accelgor for spikes, toxic spikes, and just other fun stuff.
Yeah. The throat spray set's pretty fun with Unburden because it wasn't fast enough. They just make it extreme NASCAR speed after a bug buzz.
Exactly. You run like no speed investment whatsoever, and you outspeed the whole game.
With the move coverage it gets, at +1, it can actually kind of sweep some teams if they're low enough. Like Bug Buzz, Sludge Bomb, and Focus Blast just kind of hit a whole team pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
It also gets initiative. It gets Final Gambit for suicide leads in case something is real annoying on the other team.
Or in case we're feeling really bad about ourselves.
Yeah, that's
we want to commit seppuku. But yeah, spikes, toxic spikes, U-turn, and I think that those are like the main reasons for Accelgor. Because like, as much as I love Mew, if I run spikes on Mew literally ever in this league, I'm gonna hate myself because I talk so much trash about people who do that. Yeah,
the only time we would ever do that is maybe if we run like an exploding Mew or something. But
factual statement.
Now we have like reliable spikes and fast spikes.
Yeah, and I think that's super important, especially whenever every team is busted. You need to have reliable hazards. But yeah.
All right.
So what was the one that you thought?
Rhyperior.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did get Rhyperior first. But either way, like,
yeah, it's whatever.
Basically the same thing.
So, Registeel, Vaporeon, Rhyperior together just synergize super well.
Factual statements.
Like, Vaporeon deals with and the Vaporeon and Rhyperior deal with the fire types. The Registeel, Vaporeon don't like. Registeel deals with the grass types that the two of these don't like. Registeel and Rhyperior are both like thick tanks that don't have natural recovery, and you're giving, you have Vaporeon with Wish Passing to both of them. It's like all three of these things are not passive. I say Registeel is not passive anymore just because of body press. And then you're adding, Wish Pass into all of them. Rhyperior I've used I don't know, in 4 different leagues. I love it every time. You run defensive or tank most weeks, and then one day you whip out the rock polish, and then it destroys everything. It's great. It never dies in one hit, and then it hits really hard.
Yeah, I feel like this thing, you always draft it expecting it to be oh, I guess I could bring it every now and then, but then on every single week you're like, oh hey, this thing lives a grass knot somehow. Why not just put heat crash on this thing and destroy something? Or I really like it, and the fact that it gets Scorching Sands now too is kind of sort of wild. You can now burn your opposing teammates pretty easily, along with Toxic.
Yeah, it just has every move in existence, and also 140 something attack, and then 140 something defense, and then its HP is massive. It just doesn't die, and then it hits insanely hard.
Yeah.
And there's no hidden power anymore, so you can't even HP grass it. It just hard walls most electric types now. Which is sick.
I could even see us bringing Togekiss, Registeel, Vaporeon, Rhyperior, and then 2 of the first 3.
Yeah, and then that's when the Twitlongers come about how Pokemon's terrible.
And then we're fine. And now we have 2 really reliable Stealth Rockers. We have Spikes, we have T-Spikes. We're set. The only thing that we're missing for our last 3 picks is preferably another Defogger, because right now all we have is Togekiss. We need an electric type still, and then we need a grounded poison type, because T-Spikes kind of sort of do shit on us, which is no bueno.
Yeah, T-Spikes in general are kind of, it's for fat teams especially, they're really annoying because you don't want to have to run boots on everything. Spin blocking is also cool because we have multiple different hazards. So we picked up Rotom Spoop, the natural, original baby Rotom.
Yeah,
normal.
Which is the best Rotom, if we're being honest.
I love it.
I think this one is 100% the best Rotom.
It's real solid. It's Garf and Specs are both cool. You can run utility with Pain Split and Will-O-Wisp or Trick or something.
I think the base 91 speed is what makes it better than the others. The only one that I would probably argue is better is Rotom Heat, and that's just because offensively, it's super, super good.
Yeah, and it's 6 points. And Nasty Plot is such a great move for it in general. Offensive ghost types are always so underrated, and it just the ability to potentially set up a Nasty Plot and just spam Shadow Ball and T-Bolt is great.
Yeah, I really like this thing because it does add a lot of utility to the team that we not desperately need, but we kind of desperately need. Primarily another Defogger.
Yeah, the Defog's nice, the Volt Switch is nice, we have a ton of initiative gaining.
Yeah, and initiative gaining is fun.
And it's one of the few electric types that isn't absolute garbage in Gen 8 now, so there's that.
Fact. Except for Regieleki. Regieleki is amazing. Yeah, fact. So the last 2 picks, we got the best Pokemon in the entire league next, right?
Yeah, so we had 2 points left, and we had to pick 2 things, so the spice is coming out.
Yeah, so the first one that we wanted, we realized that, so me personally, I made a mistake, and I made the best Pokemon in the league 1 point, and that is Dunsparce. I don't know how this slipped through the cracks. It definitely shouldn't be 1 point. It's busted. I mean, with Glare, well, okay, memes aside, Glare is a busted move.
Absolutely.
100% chance to para. Between Dunsparce, Rotom, Registeel, and Togekiss, we could paralyze an entire team, except for whatever electric type they have. That's perfect. But ultimately, this thing also just gets really good moves in general. This thing gets, doesn't it get Stealth Rocks as well, which is really nice?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So another Stealth Rocker. Glare is a big thing that we wanted. Baton Pass for potential momentum as well. But also just the ability to be annoying as a Pokemon, I think is really what we wanted for if we're ever facing a fatter team. We wanted to be able to deal with that. But another thing that we didn't talk about with Vaporeon, I really like always drafting a water absorb mon because Dracovish is a problem. Like, it's not broken.
That's why we wanted Vaporeon.
It's
right.
like, it's not broken, but if you don't have a water absorb mon, it can feel like it's broken. So I always want to get Vaporeon. But yeah, Dunsparce is busted. I'm really excited to use this thing over pretty much everything else. I'm excited to bring it every single week. And then final mon that we have was Gloom, because this thing is actually really fat with a Violite.
It's fat with a Violate, and we just needed a grounded poison. And strength stats cool. -1 attack on whatever is pretty nice. Obviously, it's susceptible to knockoff, but we have other things to do with knockoffs on the team. It hits like not crazy hard, but its coverage is good enough, and its secondary effect is good enough. Like, obviously, Sludge Bomb's not going to hit crazy hard from a Gloom, but if you get the poison, it's going to be real nice.
Yeah.
Which it always does, because it's all the Sludge Bomb does. Its abilities are terrible, unfortunately.
That is true.
It doesn't have what's the terrible ability that touches?
Effect Spore.
Right. So unfortunately, Gloom doesn't have that, but you know, it gets enough coverage, and it has multiple forms of reliable recovery.
Yeah.
You don't have to use Synthesis anymore because it gets Strength Sap. I don't know if that started in Gen 7 or Gen 8, but it gets that.
Yeah.
This is also another good fighty switch in, which is good because we have, you know, not a weakness, so we have a few things that are weak to fighting on our team. And, you know, Gloom can kind of deal with that.
And I think that we kind of were set on Gloom as a 1-point mon from the start, which is sad because like we wanted Vileplume, and then once we started taking a bunch of really like expensive mons, we were like, well, why not get budget Vileplume and get Gloom?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's not good, but
it's not
we'll bring
good.
We'll bring it maybe like 1 or 2 weeks, and then it'll put something to sleep, and then maybe we'll get lucky with sleep turns, and then we'll win.
Yeah, I mean, I wanna bring Dunsparce a lot.
I kind of do too. I feel like Dunsparce may unironically come several weeks.
Just because like the fact that it can actually live hits, and it has reliable recovery and roost, right?
Yeah, it does. It's actually like kind of, it's not like bulky, but it has good HP and like good enough bulk to like live a hit,
glare
off,
and then roost or like or headbutt plus Serene Grace. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I really think that this team's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of really cool teams in the league, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for the battles going up. I'm not sure if Mono's going to be uploading anything,
Me neither.
but
Probably not.
but it'll probably all be on this channel, so just keep an eye out, and I will definitely have Mono's links in the description down below, just in case he does decide to upload some of this stuff.
Yeah, sub to me anyway when I upload next year. I'll be first in line.
When I upload next year, I hate you so much. But yeah, guys, that's the team. Let me know what your favorite member of the team is down in the comment section below. Mine is honestly Urshifu Rapid Strike, just because it's a cool Pokemon. I really like it. What's your favorite member of the team?
I don't have a favorite. They all must prove themselves to me. Learned that from my father.
Is that why you're still not his favorite? Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for the week 1 battle where we go up against Jay Ricky and Bub, who is Nanny Phantom. I had to think about what his name was now on the internet, but yeah, make sure you guys keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.